And what did you do before woodworking? That's what I want to know.
So I've always done woodworking. Even as a little kid, being raised in northern Vermont, we had a bike and a hatchet, so we'd
Yeah.
go out and do stuff. And then when my grandfather passed away in 1978, now I'm 9 years old, my dad got some tools. So I'd be out in the garage when my dad was on the road nights with these tools, like the old craftsman style tools with like no guards on the skill
Radial arm
saw.
saws.
Yeah, radial, 9 years old, and I'm trying to build birdhouses.
That's cool.
I was started selling them for like $5-6 a piece or whatever. Once I get into high school, my favorite thing was shop class. All the other things I was doing, math and everything, I just wasn't interested in nothing but looking out the window, what was happening outside, and shop class.
Mm-hmm.
So I started St. Pierre woodworking in Vermont in, I think, 1989.
That's cool. I did not know that.
Yeah. And in the meantime, I worked for a construction company. Then I became a superintendent, still doing woodworking on the side. So when I moved to Virginia in 1999, working for Branch Highways, that's what brought me to Virginia. Went to work for EC Pace Company because they were doing a job for us when we did the Blacksburg bypass. And I was a superintendent for them for 15 years. I was a supervisor over all the work that happened at Virginia Tech, the Corporate Research Center.
Wow.
Did a lot of big jobs.
Yeah, they're a big company. They do a lot.
Yeah, Pace is big. And when I went to work there, they only had like 25 employees. Now they're up to 100 and something.
Wow.
It's a really big company.
It's growing, huh?
And again, still doing my woodworking.
What kind of woodworking were you doing in Vermont? Were you doing cutting boards or
You
rustic?
I was doing, my first job was, a friend of mine owned a restaurant in Vermont and he was remodeling it. And he came to me and said, Bill, can you build the whole salad bar and the bar and everything and the top? My shop up there was like 20 by 20. The top was 19 feet long or something. And I was able to do it. And that was my first big job. When I came to Virginia, it was basically starting at the craft shows, in Floyd every Friday night, the market down there, and just trying to work my way up.
That's cool.
Being in construction, I started seeing these buildings we were tearing down and these trees we take off sites. And, I'm like, God, we're wasting all this wood and these beautiful trees. And I'm like, it's got to be a way. So that's when I decided to buy a sawmill. And start cutting these trees up. So being with Pace, I could use their equipment to load it on the trucks, bring the logs to my mill. Then we tore down these cabins over in Blacksburg, and they were all American chestnut. Yeah. And I was like, well, that'd be kind of cool if I could cut that stuff. And I did. And that's what started the whole reclaim business with St. Pierre.